Isn't that located in Downingtown?
Am I annoying you, Steven?
Shaking my game, which will get you killed.
He's all talk, isn't he? You know what Steven is? Steven is doing? He's working for the weekend.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
That's funny. I thought we were working for money.
Such a loser.
We're working on the weekend, that's for sure.
Yes. Listen, Steven, you're going to have to cut back your hours to 80 hours this week instead of the usual 90.
And we get paid for 30?
No deliveries
30?
on the weekend because the delivery guys don't work the weekend.
Jonathan!
Now, wait a minute. They're talking about my Jonathan and Scott. Actually, where's Kurt?
Kurt!
He's still in here. He hates it when I do that graphic. Hates it. I told him, let me come to your house and I'll take a picture of you. But no, won't let me come over.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't want you in my house either.
Buried under the covers, young man.
I'm here every day. You can't say that.
I suspect that Steven is up very early and he goes to bed very late. Steven is not lazy. That is one thing he will never be accused of being.
Especially when he comes to work with a busted knee.
Busted knee.
He still comes to work.
Galaxian. We offer Galaxian cheaper if they do not need the side art. The side art on all Galaxians is always horrific. It's like an oilcloth or something. And the graphics have all wiped off. This is going to the Silverball Museum in Asbury Park. And since the machines are all parked next to each other, he said no problem. So we are delivering that there. We don't have to worry about the side art. Game is in terrific shape. Beautiful. Monitor, original monitor bezel. Nice overlay up top, but the marquee up top. We've painted it high gloss green, green. No, we have green T-molding, not high gloss. And we've rebuilt everything, so I think it looks terrific. It's going to be on free play there. No, there are no coin lights. There are no coin lights inside a Galaxian. Pac-Man and Galaxian Coinders did not have a provision for lights. Wanted to show you what we have done back here. You know what? I'm in your way, aren't I, Frank?
No, very good.
We have taken the Wells Gardner 4600 out, the same one that's in the Crystal Castles, and we rebuilt it with all new caps. We put a new fuse block on the bottom. Do you see the 4 fuses? You have to change that. That is always shot. Put a new one in. It's trouble-free for the rest of its life. Here is the logic board. We've taken that out. Frank has taken that out and cleaned all the chips and got everything cleaned up, including the edge connector, and we've recapped it too. This has an onboard power supply system that's extremely dependable as long as the edge connector is clean and the capacitors are not drying out and going berserk. And look, it still has the original. It's not very clean, Frank. Look at this. This is a mess. Okay, now it's clean. It's crystal clean. The original, look, they call it Gaslit. Galaxian per games, yes. It's original. You can say that. Looks like they've done. You know what else you should do is take out the interlock switch. We take them out of every game. That has actually caused so many different service calls. It has actually driven us nuts because people would call up and say their game is dead. That's not the on-off switch. It turns out that in fact the interlock switch is not connected because the back door has moved out a bit. Bally Midway put these screws in the middle of the door to keep the door snug, but you know what? Sometimes it doesn't work in the location. So that is one thing we did to make sure it's A-okay. Top is lit by light bulbs. You see up there? They are no longer, they don't sell 40-watt light bulbs anymore. They're now 29 watts, but they look just as bright as the 40s. You always put soft white up there, too. I suppose some people put fluorescence up there, the little curly Q fluorescence, but this is the original design. Originally, they thought the tubular ones would be best. They're a fortune now. The tubular ones stick out further, and they had 2 of them up there, I guess. I haven't seen them in years. Anyway, We had this at the Trenton Social for the premiere of Richie Knuckles' film, The King of Arcades. Actually, we're working on that video now. You'll actually be able to see that video shortly. And some of the top video game players of all time are actually playing it. So make sure you watch.
So it's balanced. You had the best that were there and you being worse.
I can play this better than you. Look, you know what? Galaga is a nice game. This is better. It really is. This is a better game. You know what, Frank? I'm going to turn. I want you to keep the screen on. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to increase the green on the screen, and that's the red, and that is that the green, Frank? Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Look at that. After you change the capacitors, you really do need to make some extra adjustments after it's been burning in for a while. So we actually rebuilt this 2 days ago, and then after last night, it was on for almost 12 straight hours at the social club. The capacitors have now really gotten themselves broken in. How's that? See, very easy to make adjustments on all color monitors. Oh, you know what? Galaxian has one interesting fact. This was such a big seller because this was Bally Midway's first color game. They couldn't make the monitors fast enough. So there's a whole bunch of these Galaxians that actually have home TV set monitors in them that actually have convergence controls on them. They're gigantic and they're unfixable once they go bad. And they're just enormous monitors. And then there's a couple with a 25-inch screen, huge picture, but it's a home monitor once again, and you just can't fix them. And once they go out of convergence, they're shot. So you may actually see or run into a 25-inch that's still working. If the picture's still good, keep it in until it fails. But they're a bear to adjust. Very difficult. Once they went to the inline picture tubes, you don't have all these little knobs to converge. Oh God, they're nightmares to converge. The good news is, where this is going, it's going to have very little abuse. It'll get heavy play, and I think our customer's going to be very happy. Keep watching. There's more videos coming shortly. Good night. Now buzz off!